Will an algebra study guide help me understand quadratic equations? Are you curious about whether an algebra study guide can help you understand quadratic equations? Let's break this down and see how it can make a difference in your learning journey. An algebra study guide is designed to simplify complex topics, and quadratic equations are no exception. These equations usually take the form of a times x squared plus b times x plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are constants and is the variable. A good study guide will explain this format clearly, helping you identify the coefficients of b and c. Understanding these components is essential because they influence the shape and position of the graph of the equation, known as a parabola. Next, a study guide typically introduces three main methods for solving quadratic equations. The first method is factoring. This approach works well when the quadratic can be broken down into simpler binomial factors. It is a quick method but only applicable to certain types of quadratics. The second method is the quadratic formula. This formula is universal and can be used for all quadratic equations. By substituting the values of a, b, and c into the formula equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c divided by 2 times a, you can find the exact solutions, including complex ones. The third method is completing the square. This technique rewrites the quadratic equation in a way that makes it easier to solve and understand how the graph transforms. A study guide will provide tips on when to use each method and highlight common mistakes to avoid, making the learning process smoother. Moreover, a study guide often connects quadratic equations to real-world scenarios. For example, they can model situations like projectile motion, area calculations, and profit optimization. This connection makes the abstract concepts more relatable and easier to grasp. Practice is key to mastering quadratic equations. A study guide will include practice problems with solutions, allowing you to apply what you have learned. Regular practice builds confidence and helps make the concepts more intuitive over time. In summary, an algebra study guide focused on quadratic equations helps learners grasp foundational concepts, understand different solving techniques, and see practical applications. This structured support makes quadratic equations more accessible and less intimidating for learners at all levels.